we begin from here. The much anticipated nomination of a running mate for the government's new patriotic party is set to happen anytime soon. With a little over 5 months until the December 7 polls, a report by the National Intelligence Bureau has revealed that Minister of Energy and Member of Parliament for Menchia South is the preferred candidate among party members to be a running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. There's more in this report.
The National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, conducted a comprehensive nationwide survey from June 12 to June 14, 2024. The survey targeted NPP delegates, including national, regional, constituency and polling station executives, utilizing the party's delegates album to ensure a representative sample. The National Intelligence Bureau, in its report, noted that the survey polled 5,116 party executives. The results, according to the report, dated the 15th of June 2024, put the Energy Minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, as the preferred choice among party members to be a running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh secured 76.2% of the responses from the executives polled, with Minister for Education Dr. Yao Osei Educhum garnering 10.1% of the responses. Other personalities recommended by the delegates include former chairman of the Pentecost Church of Ghana, Apostle Opoku Nyina, and Minister of Agric, Brian Echampong. The choice of the Energy Minister, the report adds, will potentially foster party unity, particularly in the Ashanti region, a stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. The National Intelligence Bureau's report further suggests that the ongoing power crisis could impact Dr. Prempeh's chances as he is the current Minister of Energy. The report thus advised the government to implement necessary measures to solidify its competence in managing the energy sector and enhance the chances of the NPP. On June 6, the vice chairman of the Dr. Bawumia campaign team, Nana Akomia, told TV3 that the NPP flag bearer has reached a decision on who to select and will make the announcement before the month ends.
Bawumia has been elected just about 6 months ago, so it's not that late. But I can assure you, in this month of June, he will announce his running mate, or he'll bring a name to the National Council.
Meanwhile, leadership of the governing New Patriotic Party, including former flag-bearer aspirants earlier, were in a crunch meeting yesterday. The meeting, which was held at the party's headquarters, is expected to be consequential to the announcement of a running mate to the flag-bearer of the party, Dr. Bawumia. However, flag-bearer of the party, Dr. Bawumia, we understand, did not make it to the meeting and subsequent media engagements after the meeting yesterday. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has re-echoed the need for partnerships between faith-based organizations and government to transform the lives of Ghanaians. The Vice President made the observation at the biennial joint conference of the East and West of the African Methodist Episcopal Zion at Gomuafete in the Central Region.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, spoke about partnerships with faith-based organizations to improve the economy and the lives of Ghanaians.
I wish to commend the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church for her invaluable contributions to the national development effort in the areas of healthcare, basic and secondary education, advocacy and promotion of social justice.
The presiding bishop of the African Methodist Episcopal Zion, Reverend Dr. Hilliard Dela Dogbe, called on the government to roll out policies to transform the economy.
Income, jobs, businesses, and homes. Parents are struggling to fend for their families. The young are worried about their future, and the old are concerned about what legacy they are leaving behind. Obviously, we are praying for a better Ghana, where standard of living will be good and people will be able to make ends meet. We therefore wish to challenge our government authorities to provide selfless leadership and good governance and strategic policies to reverse the trend for us.
He also called for decency among political players during their campaigns as Ghana goes to the polls in December.
Ghana is the only country we have. And it is imperative for us to protect its dignity and its peace. Campaigns and engagement based on parochial interests, negative propaganda, and denigrating each other to win power is unhealthy. I further wish to admonish all of us, the electorate, to exercise decorum in our engagements. Our political party differences, ethnic differences, and religious differences should not divide us, but rather reiterate our unity in diversity.
The biennial joint conference of the AME Zion was on the theme, The Freedom Church, a movement empowerment by the Holy Spirit, securing our future.
Away from that, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Brian Acheampong, has dismissed allegations by Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa that his hotel, Rock City, is incurring losses. His comment comes in the wake of accusations by the Member of Parliament for North Tongue that the Agric Minister's hotel was unprofitable and cannot be allowed to buy interest in 4 hotels owned by Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SSNIT.
Hundreds of people on Tuesday, June 18, marched to exert pressure on government to immediately halt the proposed sale of a 60% stake in 4 hotels owned by the Social Security and National Insurance Trust (SSNIT) to Rock City Hotel, owned by Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Brian Acheampong. Speaking a day after the protest, the North Tongue MP and lead convener of the Hands Off Our Hotels, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, says plans are far advanced for another demonstration in the central region.
We have received formal invitations from the chiefs and people of the central region. They say that they are impressed with what the Ghana chiefs have done here. They want their own showdown. The next few days, we don't hear clearly from President Akufo-Addo that he's stopping this transaction. Our next action will be in the central region. They want Elmina Beach Hotel protected. Already, Edina Traditional Council, Omanhene Kojo Kondia, has written formally to protest against the sale. The people of Cape Coast, Ogwa, who are complaining about the takeover of Ridge Royal, we are saying that we will embark on probably a much bigger demo than what we have done in Accra.
Responding to claims by the North Tongue MP in an interaction with media journalist Nanaya Brefo on Wednesday, Dr. Brian Acheampong labeled the assertions by the North Tongue MP that his hotel Rock City is incurring losses as unfounded and dishonest.
They are
not making losses. Yes.
Rock City is not making losses. There is no one anywhere who can say that Rock City is making losses. I saw Okudzeto and Sammy Gyamfi in the studio exaggerating. He was exaggerating that Rock City is making losses and that he has intercepted documents from GRA.
He dared Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa to produce the documents he claimed to have.
He was categorical.
With 2023.
So, intercepted documents.
Yes.
Serial number,
yes.
File number.
They have not filed yet. Rock City has not even gone to GRA. Their plans is to file at the end of the month. So where did he get the document from?
I'm daring you. I'm daring him.
At a meeting with Organized Labour on May 30, the board chair of SSNIT, Elizabeth Ohene, indicated that SSNIT is still soliciting views before proceeding with any agreement.
The 2024 flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has said it will be a mistake for the country to be led by someone who runs away from responsibility. Speaking at a public lecture at the Christian University on Wednesday, the former president stated that the hope of the Ghanaian youth is fast diminishing because of bad governance. William Evans Inkum sat through the lecture and has come through with a full report.
Our economy he has touched on, of course, he's been speaking on a theme, the sustainability of democracy in Africa, the Ghanaian experience. He's been talking about corruption, which, according to him, has grown to the level that hopes among the youth, as far as Ghanaian growth is concerned, is diminishing.
With the national spirit sinking to an all-time low and hopelessness engulfing our country, a change in governance and direction has become absolutely imperative.
He also touched on the mining sector. According to the flag bearer of the opposition NDC, his regime will ensure that Forest Belt becomes a no-go area for illegal miners.
I will ban all mining in forest reserves.
Then the energy sector. He's worried that for 8 years down the line, there hasn't been a single attempt to bring in oil into the Ghanaian.
Not one single oil well has been brought on stream. When we came into office, there was only one oil well, the Jubilee Field. During the four years of my presidency, we worked and brought 2 more oil fields, the 10 field and Jinyame Sankofa.
He wouldn't end without a swipe at the vice president, who is also the leader of the NPP, and of course, the 2024 flag bearer, his main contender in the December polls.
The presidency cannot be handed over to those who present themselves as the future, when they have been the epicenter of our disastrous present.
William Evansinkum, TV3 News, CSU Kumasi.
Back to the capital, Accra, a total of 86,000 passports have been left uncollected at various passport application centers across the country. The Greater Accra region alone has over 19,000 completed but uncollected passports. This was revealed by Senior Government Advisor on Public Sector Reforms, Yao Osafo-Maafo, at a press briefing in Accra, and has bemoaned the cost of this on government.
The Senior Government Advisor on Public Sector Reforms, Yao Osafo-Maafo, was giving an update on the government's project under the National Public Sector Reform Strategy after 4 years of implementing the project. The strategy was launched in August 2018 with a goal of enhancing public service delivery to the citizenry and the private sector.
After 4 years of implementing these projects, Office of the Head of the Civil Service, I've been able to clear a total of 14,657 backlog of staff promotions since 2021. That is, staff who needed to be promoted, but you can't just promote. You must talk to the people first. You must interview them first. Now, all this I've done, and about 14,657 staff have been promoted since 2021 through this remote system.
It covers government agencies, including the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, the Birth and Death Registry, and the Passport Registration Offices, among others.
People are so anxious and do everything they can to get a passport. After we've gone through to produce the passports, they don't come to collect. And because we subsidize the production of these passports, we are printing them for people at about $4 when we should be printing them for about $100. So it means the subsidy of all these passports is locked up capital of government. There must be some research, and I think one of our investors should find out why are people so anxious to access passports, but when completed, they don't come to collect. What must have been the reason?
Out of the 86,000 done but uncollected passports, Greater Accra region has 19,500, Cape Coast has 8,696, and Takoradi has 8,000 done but uncollected passports.
And if you have any problem at all, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs' Client Service Unit to all passport application centers client service unit. Just walk in. The problem of the Ghanaian is trying to use another person. This is not about whether you are educated or not. When you get to the passport office, tell the security men, usually they are police or military men, or national security operatives. Tell them, these are my issues. They will direct you where to go. Go to the right source and seek the right information and support.
The project is implemented through the Office of the Senior Presidential Advisor under the Office of the President.
From the Information Ministry, we head to court now. The plaintiff in the matter of the suit against the ban by the Food and Drugs Authority on celebrities advertising alcoholic products says they will petition the FDA over the directive since the decision by the Supreme Court has far-reaching consequences. The Apex Court on Wednesday upheld the decision by the FDA to ban well-known personalities from endorsing alcoholic products. Lord Eduasari has more.
In its 5-2 majority judgment, the Supreme Court held that the directive by the Food and Drugs Authority was not unreasonable and excessive, adding that it didn't contravene the provisions of the Constitution. The FDA, in its guidelines for the advertisement of foods published on February 1, 2016, stipulates that no well-known personality or professional shall be used in alcoholic beverage advertising. The authority explained that the guideline was necessary to prevent minors from becoming addicted to alcohol due to the influence of celebrities. The FDA further noted that the ban was in adherence with a policy by the World Health Organization and also part of efforts to protect children and young people from being lured into alcoholism. But McDarlington, in his suit against the FDA directive, was praying for the Apex Court to hold the directive unconstitutional as it violated the right against discrimination as guaranteed by Article 17 of the 1992 Constitution. Nia Foleyate, who represented the plaintiff, expressed disappointment at the decision.
We don't agree with the outcome, but we have to take it as it is. The first time we talked to them, I think it came up as, let's say, a famous musician, let's say Sarkodie or Stombo, anybody, is after years of doing music, they want to start their own, let's say, the beer company. They can't do that. You know, there's things that we don't really know the limitations properly. So this is more or less not even to win or lose. It was more or less to have clear indications or what a clear picture is as to what musicians can do and cannot do when it comes to working with brands.
Director of Legal and Corporate Affairs at the Food and Drugs Authority, Joseph Benny, noted that they are open to working things out with celebrities.
We are open to them. And we would have expected that they would have even come to us for a discussion instead of coming to court. But this year, it's everybody's right to go to court. And we appreciate that. In fact, it's a decision that will guide everybody. It's good the Supreme Court has pronounced on this so that it will guide all of us in our positions. And we are very happy about it.
President of the Arts and Tourism Writers Association of Ghana, George Quay, expressed utter shock, adding that the FDA's directive was not helpful.
If I attend an event and it's been sponsored by, what did you win? If I sit on radio and I read an LPM, what did you do? You understand? And then they would say, you cannot put an alcoholic beverage billboard within 200 meters of a school. When I'm taking my kids to school, do we fly? Do we fly from my house to that school? Do you know the number of alcoholic beverage billboards that I'll see on the road? When we stop in traffic, do I know what my kids are reading? So did you win or lose? It's in the newspapers. My kids will read newspapers. So really, what did you gain? I think that FDA really need to, I think they're in some kind of a box. It would be good if they came out and let us sit, let us judge, and let us find common ground.
This decision by the Supreme Court tentatively means that no well-known person or celebrity, as well as a professional, can partake in the endorsement or advertisement of alcoholic products or may face the full rigors of the law. Lord Idwasari, TV3 News, Supreme Court.
We are definitely keeping an eye on this development. For more on this and more stories, you can log on to 3news.com. My name is Godwin Asidiwa. New Day continues shortly with the team. Stay with us and have a good morning. Bye.